Okay, say hi.
Hi.
Hi, say my name's Pierce.
Here.
Pierce, and I'm Jeannie. This just came today. It's in a box, UPS priority mail. And I've been going on to different websites to try to find these plants and have been having a really hard time. I've gone to NSE Tropicals, Steve Leaves, Logie's, Ken's Philodendrons, and a lot of these sites have actually either don't have the plants that I'm looking for, or they do have the plants but they are out of stock, or the prices are just really, really high. And I stumbled upon this site here, which happened to have the plants that I was looking for at a very reasonable price. So I'm super excited about that. I'll give you guys a link to the online plant store down below. So here's the first one. I'm gonna come up a little closer. Ooh. They've packaged it really nicely. It's in some sort of thin foam covering. And that's it. This long box here. Let's see. I bought a couple of plants, so let's take a look at what they are. So it's the Ecuador. I don't know how to pronounce it, but essentially this is the orchids of Ecuador, and they actually do orchid shows throughout the US a couple of times a year, and they're only able to ship these plants out when they have a show. So I did have to wait a couple of weeks, but they have lots of shows in the US, so it's pretty cool that I even got them. So I got a Calathea Zebrina, a Philodendron Gloriosum, and a Philodendron Verrucosum, which is so cool because those are pretty hard to find out here. So let's start with, let's see. Let's start with this big thing. See what this is here. Ooh, it's the, can you see that? Calathea Zebrina. Don't know if it will focus. Okay, so, wow. So there is a really yellow leaf here. Actually a couple of yellow leaves at the bottom. But then all the others are really green. You're welcome, honey. You're welcome, honey. There are really green. The other leaves are really green. There are a little bit of yellow and brown edging on the tip of the leaves, but overall I think the plant looks pretty healthy. It has a pretty good base. It does look a little brown, so I am hoping that it will survive. It looks like the roots are in some sphagnum moss, and I mean, I'll definitely open it up a little and give you guys an update, maybe film the potting of these plants just to see how it goes. But this is the Calathea Zebrina, and the leaves are kind of like suede. They're very bright and vibrant, and they have these really cool lime green and dark green striping on them. They kind of remind me of the Calathea Velvet Touch, or the, I can't pronounce this, but Calathea Zebrina. Totally butchered that name. But they are pretty similar. I would say that this pattern is a lot brighter than the other Calathea Velvet Touch, but not as soft. And the back is green versus the Velvet Touch, which is purple. So that's really cool. That's one. This one I've been waiting for a really long time. This is the Philodendron Gloriosum, and I've just been really into velvet-like plants lately. So I have a monstera. I don't know if you could see it on over there. It's a Monstera Delicioso. I got that from Amazon 2.5 years ago. I think through Hertz, but it was really small, and he grew into this monster of a plant. But then I moved from New York to Southern California, and we shipped him in our car. So he came over in a car on a flatbed, and when he came he was completely brown, but we've since cut him down to just his roots, and he's popping up. I'll see if I can show you guys. He's popping up and looking pretty good. There you go, Beers. Yeah. Cheese. Okay. So this, looks a little beat up, but not so bad. They've wrapped it in some plastic wrap here. So let's take this off. It's kind of wet, but ooh, how cool is this? That is the Philodendron Gloriosum. You know, I was actually hoping that these leaves would be a little more velvety than they are, but they're really nice to touch. The leaves are a little tattered, but nothing that I don't think he can survive from. There is one yellow leaf here, and another bud that's growing. Super cool. Got some roots on there. I don't know if you could see it. And we shall see how he survives. Philodendron Gloriosum. These leaves are supposed to get really, really big and huge. And they're epiphytes, so they're crawlers. This is a Philodendron Verrucosum. And this one is supposed to be like a climbing vine, and he's been very hard to find. I actually didn't order him at first, but then after I made my order, I just knew that I really wanted it, and so I talked to Elizabeth from the Orchids of Ecuador, and she was able to throw it in without charging me extra for shipping, so that's really cool. Here is the Philodendron Verrucosum. Has like really dark, well, darkish leaves with a lime green veining through it. It has a new leaf coming up here, and it looks like some probably spider mites. I'll have to make sure to treat that before I put them around my other plants. But there's some webbing at the base of the leaf where it meets the petioles, and it's pretty cool because it has some like little hairs on it, fine hairs on the petioles. I think that's to help it grip and climb up things. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So this is the Verrucosum next to the Gloriosum. You guys can see the difference there. A lot more veining on the Verrucosum here than the Gloriosum. So I will do a follow-up video to show you guys how I will pot these and some care info. So stay tuned.